Hey y'all, I'm gonna show you a little trick, all right? And then I'm gonna go eat breakfast. Getting hungry. Um, you might be aware of this situation where a man named Sam DuBose was shot up in the head in Cincinnati by a dude named Ray Tensing, who was a police officer. And you see on his chest cam exactly everything that goes down in the altercation situation, which wasn't really even an altercation. Uh, where I mean, if you look at the video, you realize that Sandy Bowes might have wanted to just, escape from the police right then, which isn't a very good thing, necessarily. But also, he didn't put the officer's life in any direct danger, and it didn't really seem like that's what he was going to do, at least not immediately. And so, very immediately, this Ray Tanson pulls out his gat and just goes ahead and claps Sam DuBose in the head one time real quick. And this dude, I mean, obviously he just died instantly, or he probably seized up and died. And while he's doing that, gas pedal, takes him forward and stuff, and you clearly see that on the videotape. Um, and then later on, Ray Tenson was like, "Oh, he was dragging me down the street and stuff, and that's why I had to do it. I had to do it." The thing is, no, it wasn't. That's not how it was going down. Period. At all. And so when the bond was set for him, and it was like $1 million, and people cheered and stuff. And you know what? I gotta say, it makes sense because with a lot of the very confusing stories that are happening between police killing people and black people getting killed and stuff. Um, I think it's pretty safe to say that that was very appropriate to cheer and clap and cheer to know that this dude's bond is $1 million. That means something. It doesn't fix the situation, but at least it adds a little tiny bit of comfort to the people who are getting afraid of being shot in the head. Um, so that here's where the trick comes in. All right, we're talking about $1 million. People obviously more. I'm willing to bet 9 out of 10 people, at least 8 out of 10 people, are glad to see that some justice might be had here, maybe, and they want this fool to come to justice. Because here's the thing: if you're scared, go to church. All right, don't become a police officer, and that's exactly what happened to you. You were scared, motherfucker. You were scared. All right, and that's why you pulled that shit out and you blast that dude in the head. This is obvious. So, unless it becomes less obvious, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be pretty easy to put you up in jail, or you're going to get raped and raped and raped and raped, raped and raped and raped and raped. So that's what you got coming for you, unless you commit, what I'm saying, some sort of Sandra Bland or whatever, real quick up in there. That's the future you got. You only got a couple different futures. But here's the trick, man. Although 8 out of 10 people probably 9 out of 10 people want to see this fool in jail, they're gonna make it seem otherwise. Now, what had happened is apparently Americans all over America, they sent in donations, blah blah, donations, right, to get this guy out of jail. What this does is it creates the illusion that anybody is behind this Ray Lansing, or they got his back in America. That gives an illusion. Now, black people and just anybody in the inner city who doesn't have any money, they're gonna be looking at folks and say, hey, what the hell? You giving this dude money? He's shooting folks up in the head, dude. That's wrong, and it's obviously wrong. It's crazy wrong. And think, man, my fellow Americans, they're hating on me or whatever. They're giving this dude money to get out of jail, even though he probably run up and shoot me in the head the first time he gets a chance. What in the world? See, this creates division. You can see how that would create division, but here's the thing about it. We're not talking about regular Americans. I feel like if you look into it, I bet you what you're going to see is the elite, and it wouldn't be hard at all. The amount of money that they would have to drop in order to get this fool up out of jail and make it look like Americans want him out of jail, which no, we don't. Um, it's less than a drop in a bucket. You know what I'm saying? What they do is they take a whole bunch of money, and they got many, much more where that came from, and they'll just give it to some person and say, hey, you just donate to this money, to this cause. keep some of that money as long as you don't fucking tell nobody. You don't fucking tell nobody. But go ahead and donate some of that money. You can keep some of this money. And it's less than a drop in a bucket. Now you have a certain group of people making sure that it looks like there are Americans out there who are supporting this. And there are no Americans supporting this unless they're straight up retarded. Unless they straight up want to be raped by the police on a daily. Nobody's supporting this guy. But it looks like he is somehow being supported because of this little cash transaction that I just described to you, all right? It's where you give someone some money and say, hey, don't say nothing. You don't say nothing. It's like the Roots. Say, hey, don't say nothing. Here, take this money, you know what I'm saying? Donate it here. And guess what? You got $10,000. Have fun with that $10,000. We hear you talking about it. Guess what? You're fucking dead. All right? That's the situation we're in. This is August 1st. 2015. Don't believe it. Nobody supports Ray Chancellor. Nobody does. Nobody does, man. It's 2015.